Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, how much depending on your location. Please join in the struggle to liberate our people from the contraption. Like and share videos. Today is Friday, the 14th day of June 2024. I bring a news update. Iqbal must be arrested for his separatist rhetorics and call for civil disobedience. Finnish government protecting him. That's according to Chief of Defense Staff, Christopher Musa. Oh yes. Now, General Christopher Musa has called for the immediate arrest of Mazi Simon Ekpa. Yes, he said Simon Ekpa has been making rhetorics, separatist rhetorics, and has been calling for civil disobedience in the southeastern part of Nigeria. Yes, that's what he's saying. And he accused the government of Finland of protecting Mazi Simon Ekpa from being arrested and subsequent prosecution. Oh yes, this is what he's saying. He said Simon Ekpa must be arrested by all means and prosecuted to the full extent of the law. Oh yes, General Musa asserted. Yes, he said Simon Ekpa's actions have led to significant instability in their country, and it is imperative that he is brought to justice. He must be arrested by all means. Yes, and prosecuted. What is his offense? He said, Simon Ekpa has been calling for civil disobedience and has been making separatist rhetorics. Yes, he said tension has been exacerbated in the southeast region owing to his activities and undermined government efforts to maintain peace and security. Look at what he's saying, Chief of Defense Staff. He is from Kaduna State. Oh yes, this CDS, Chief of Defense Staff, Christopher Musa, Simon Ekpa must be arrested by all means. Boko Haram ravaging in his place where he comes from. He's not his Kaduna, states, particularly, southern Kaduna. Yes, where he comes from. Boko Haram, terrorist bandits ravaging that place. He was even appointed because of that. Now, Fulani Hesman, they are sacking him. They are sacking the minorities in the northern region. Yes, he's from the minority tribe. And they are sacking them. Oh yes, he's a Christian minority. I beg your pardon. Yes. So, and you know what what's going on there in terms of the extremism, the extremist jihad going on against them. So all these things, he was appointed because of all these things to help stem the tide of Islamic extremists in that location, trying to overrun them. Oh yes, but look at what he's saying. Simon Ekpa must be arrested for what he's doing in the southeast, for calling civil disobedience. That's all. He's calling for civil disobedience, which is not against any law. Oh yes. So, and now he accused the government of Finland of protecting him. You have seen it now. So these are government that are, civilized government. The government of the Finland don't know what they are doing in this contraption. It's not their business. They know what the international law says, and they go by it. The contraption, they are not feeding the Finnish government. They are not providing anything for them. Oh yes. So what business? They are doing what the international law says. That's all. So you cannot coerce or blackmail them. Yes, to do what is not within the framework of the international treaty. They cannot do it. Oh yes, they are governments that obeys the international treaty and protocols. They are signatory to, not the contraption that disobeys their own laws with levity. So that is it. You call for the immediate arrest of Simon Ekpa. You say he must be arrested by all means as CDS, Chief of Defense Staff. While right in your home, Boko Haram, terrorists ravaging your communities, and you are doing nothing about it. Oh yes. And in the southeast, nobody's complaining. The civil disobedience, there's something that is being done by the people. They are doing it, voluntarily. Nobody's being coerced. Nobody's being forced to do it. It's not by brute force. Those using force to, compel citizens to do something, they are even the government. Nobody wants to obey them. Oh yes, the international community is aware that they have an illegitimate mandate. Oh yes, so nobody is obeying them. Nobody is obeying them. Rather, people are being forced to do things, even paying tax, because the tax they are not being used for the development of the society, of the country, of the states. Corruption. After paying the tax, political elites will siphon it. They will divert it into their profit pockets. The tax people are paying. We're not talking about the crude oil, revenue. The taxpayers' money, they are being, diverted into profit pockets. So people are not even paying the tax. As their civil responsibility, they are being forced to do that. They're not doing it voluntarily. Oh yes, they are not paying this tax voluntarily. They are being forced to pay it because these people have army, they have everything. They use brute force to compel them to pay tax. How much more? Okay? Now, people on their own are obeying sit at home because it's being called for their own freedom. And that's all. So, the Southeasterners that you want to save, they're not complaining. You say tensions in the South is because of mass activities. No, no tension. The tension, if there's any tension at all, the South is as a result of the military interventions. Yes, nobody called them for the interventions. They're intervening for the government because they feel that they're not being obeyed any longer. People are not taking their orders. Oh yes, or that they're taking the orders of Mazamaneba. Oh yes. So a Biafran agitator. So they have been obeying Mazin Namdekan. Once he said anything, they obeyed it. The Southeasterners, they obeyed it. Until he was abducted criminally and has been in detention for almost 4 years now. So Mazin Namdekan has taken the mantra and they obey him. That is what is happening. So CDS or whatever you call yourself, go and arrest all Boko Haram in the entire 19 northern states. Bandits in the 19 northern states, averaging 19 states in the north. Nowhere is safe in the 19 states. Before you finish all arresting them in the whole 19 northern states, you know what it means? Arrest them all in the 19 northern states. Terrorists, bandits, okay? Boko Haram, ISWAP, they are there, ravaging your communities. Go and arrest them. Boko Haram leaders, terrorist leaders, there are plenty. Bandit leaders, they have been going freely, nobody's arresting them. Go to Zamfara State, they will be there, the traditional rulers will ban them, give them chieftaincy titles. Bandit leaders, gang leaders in Zamfara, they are being banned. Oh yes, by traditional rulers. CDS, go there. Go there. Allow the people of the Southeast to pursue their quest for freedom. That is it. So that is what we are saying. The Southeasterners are okay with their civil disobedience. Good thing you said civil disobedience and separatist rhetorics. There are no crime. Both separatists and civil disobedience, there are no crime. Yes, self-determination is no crime. That is what you are calling the separatist. Go to your own place. Okay? Charity begins at home. Charity begins at home. Yes. Let us see you in the northern states. Let us see your actions, your work. Show it.